So I touched on it a little bit that not all 200 hours are created equal. And after I did my 200 hour, I taught for a while. I actually got hired with a major international franchise chain and I became their national training director. And so I started hiring all across Canada for teachers. And I would go to different places in Canada and watch teachers teach, bring them on board, train them up a little bit more. And I really saw this huge disparity in education. Some went to really good programs and knew a lot, and then others not so much. Other teachers weren't supported in their journey through the 200 hour, didn't feel confident, didn't know how to lead a class, how to support students. And so I just saw a lot lacking. And like I said, I was very lucky. I went to a very good 200 hour, and education is so important to me. I love learning and growing personally, and then I love educating others. And so I was really driven to create a 200 hour that was really well rounded, not only gave teachers the foundational information they needed to be successful, but then also gave them enough practice teaching and support so that they felt confident after their teacher training program. First off, how do we differ? I like to explain schools on kind of a continuum or scale. So yoga has 8 limbs. It's very varied. It's a large practice and there's a lot to it. And some schools really focus, let's say, on the meditation, the mindfulness, the philosophy, and don't do as much in the physical practice. Other schools on the other far end might do a lot of physical, teach you anatomy and the asana, but they ignore the philosophy. They don't meditate. They don't do any of that. So those are the kind of two extremes. Our program is really balanced, I think. It's really well balanced in the middle. I think both aspects are important. I think all aspects of the yoga practice are important. And if you're going to call yourself a yoga teacher, you should at least have an understanding of all these aspects. And so we're balanced in the middle. We read an ancient book called the Yoga Sutras. We dive into it and how to apply it to our lives. We also meditate every day. But we also really dive into anatomy. I'm obsessed with anatomy, and we go into the yoga poses and how to teach them and how to sequence them. And we focus on that side as well. So we don't ignore any element of the yoga practice. We really embody it all and try to have this very well-rounded, balanced program. And as you look at yoga schools, I think it's important as a teacher, as a student, to understand what you want to learn and what you want to teach. If you don't care about the philosophy, that might be one thing. I think as a yoga teacher, it's important to understand it. But if you want to learn all of it and have a well-rounded understanding of what yoga is and be a confident yoga teacher, I think taking a well-rounded and balanced program is really important.